Hey guys, so Sunday I went on my first zombie run and it was crazy. I am so excited to tell you guys about it. You don't even know. Okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying, first of all, I hate haunted houses. Second of all, I hate scary movies. And third of all, I am not a runner. So all of those things combined, you're probably thinking, Laura, why the heck were you at a zombie run? Like, that sounds like your nightmare. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I do love anything zombie related, like Shaun of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead. Oh my gosh, I could go on forever. Those movies are amazing. I love anything like zombie related. Somebody once told me that zombies are real and that back in like the 17 or 1800s, they would bury people alive in the dirt and these people would like claw their way out of the dirt, and because they had lost so much oxygen, they'd be really pale and like sunken eyes and dead looking, and their brains weren't working right anymore, so they'd just like wander around town just like walking really slow and not knowing what they're doing and like start eating people. I don't know. That's what I heard, so I totally believe that zombies are real. So on the zombie run, it's like, oh my gosh, what if there's actually real zombies here? Like, you never know. I don't even know. So, okay. We get there on Sunday and there's quite a few cars. It's in Fort Worth. You could hear loudspeakers, you could hear music. So we walked through this park to get to the entrance. We signed up, we got our little number. I was 5189. Yeah, here's my official little zombie run number. I felt so official. I've never had a race number because I've never done a race or anything. So yeah, this is getting framed. Anyways, so we signed up, we got our number, then we got 2 wristbands. One wristband was just this kind of sticker one that said Biohazard Run on it, Zombie Run. And then this one was the awesome wristband that meant that you were over 21 and could have an awesome ice cold beer whenever you finished. We also got these awesome shirts, which I'm wearing right now, and it says Omega Zombie Hunter, and then it has this really cool logo on the back. You can see it here. And we also got a belt, which just tied around our waist, and it had flags on it. Mine were yellow, and they were the exact same belts from when I was a kid and we used to play that game Octopus. I don't know if any of you guys remember that, but that was that game you were like running around the gym, and then people would try to run after you and it was like tag and they would steal your flags. It kind of brought back some really bad memories, but I was really excited because I'm like, man, I'm gonna make some new memories with this. Anyways, so we get to the starting line. Our race was at 2 o'clock and they had people from the Navy there. It was like boot camp and they had us like stretching and like running in place and doing jumping jacks and warming up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I getting myself into? Like, this seems really serious. I thought like not super athletic people could do this. So now I'm in a state of like almost panic. Like, oh gosh, Laura, what have you gotten yourself into? Anyways, just keep breathing. I'm getting like worked up thinking about it again. We're standing there, we're doing a little warm-up exercise, and then they're like, okay, you ready, go! And then we start running, and you start running through like a playground, and then these zombies just come out from like the swings and the slide, and they're like after you already. So we start running, and then you have to run down like a creek and rocks, and we jump up this hill, and so I'm kind of winded by now. It's been like not even close to half a mile and I am like, ugh, I am tired. This is a lot. And just when I think it's safe and I'm just walking, like a zombie starts running towards us and I was like, oh my gosh. So my boyfriend like runs to the left and he's super fast, so he's just sprinting away. And here I am, just like this little sluggish slug just trying to get through, going through the sides, and he actually got one of my flags and I was like, oh man, this is only like the 3rd zombie in and I'm already lost a flag. And you only have 4 flags, by the way. So we like run around this one corner and then there's just like road and sidewalk, and I'm like, oh, this looks clear. I can finally like sit down and catch my breath. And then there's these 2 zombies like in the middle of the sidewalk and they're like just standing there. And so one person out of our group of runners starts running toward him, and then the zombie like comes to life. So I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, there are 2 of them, there is 1 of me, I only have 3 flags, what am I gonna do? Run past them, and they didn't get my flags. And I was like, yes, I could totally survive a zombie apocalypse. I am so ready for this, I got this. I'm like in the zone. So I got my 3 flags, I'm doing okay. So the next step is we run up this hill, and it's a really steep hill. I'm talking, it's a pretty steep hill. And of course, I think I've made it, and no. One of the zombies like freaking pops out from nowhere on this hill, gets one of my flags. I'm down to 2 flags out of 4. So we keep going, and by this point, we're at like a halfway point, which they had little cups of water for you, and I was like, oh my gosh. And there was a kid in our group who was like, no, don't go near the water, it's a trap, those people are going to turn into zombies. And I'm like, kid, I do not need to be hearing that right now. Just let me pretend it's going to be okay. And it was actually okay. So we turned back around to go back onto the trail, and now the zombies who were on the cliff had joined up with some other zombies, and there were 6 zombies. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got 2 flags and there are 6 of you. My chances are not looking good. Like, all I want to do is get through this right now. I just want to get through it. I'm having terrible flashbacks right now. So I'm standing there like almost just in sheer shock. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna follow people and I'm just gonna bust through this. So I bust through the first 3 zombies, which are the dudes, and we make it through because they were just kind of like lying there. And the next were 3 chicks, and they were like super fast, like sprinting after people like crazy. And one of the girls got me, and she got my flag, and I was like, oh, at least she just took 1. I still have 1 left. She took both of my flags. Like, is that even legal? Which I guess it is, but if it was a real world, it's like a zombie taking both of your legs, I guess. So here I am with no flags. I mean, I'm kind of calmed down because that means that the next round of zombies I don't really have to worry about, but I'm really bummed out because now I'm dead. Even though you die, you still get to stick on the trail with everybody else. But there were like hidden belts along the way. So we actually found one and I got to put it on, so I got to be back to life. And I was like, yes, I can do this. This is the final stretch. And I was able to make it through the final stretch. So I got to the end, I like rushed up that hill. I was like, victory! Here's my awesome survivor badge. And on the back it has this nice little spiel about how I survived. This was my first 5K ever. I've never even attempted a 5K before. I definitely did not run the whole 5K, and I can tell you right now, my thighs are burning. I am in so much pain still, and it's like, what, 3 days later? Anyways, after we finished, we got to enter a raffle for a PS4, but even better than that was the ice cold beer, and that was amazing. They had kegs, and you could just go up there and show your little yellow wristband and get your beer, and it was super cold, and it was so worth it. It was like the best beer I've ever had just because I felt like I earned it. And then there were the zombie girls, and you could take pictures with them, and they had a DJ going. And if you didn't already know, the DFW Zombie Run does work with a really good cause, the Neuro Assistance Foundation. I definitely want to go again next year. I definitely recommend it if you have never done a zombie run or walk. This is an awesome one to do. It definitely got me in the Halloween spirit. I really think I'm about to watch a zombie movie right now. If you guys know any zombie movies I should check out, let me know in the comments below. More information about DFW Zombie Run, plus all the pictures that I took at the event, can be found on my blog, dallasfangirl.com. You can give me a like on Facebook, tweet me on Twitter, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!